Hello! Today we're here with you right now with a fascinating tutorial on the solder edge drive. Imagine you're in an environment like a greenhouse or a large factory where there are several large ventilation fans, or more precisely centrifugal fans, that have a very high starting current. And we want to use a drive to reduce that starting current. But there's no need to install a separate drive for each fan. All you need is to use a drive that has exchange capability, like the solder edge drive. This means that once the first motor is started and reaches a stable operating state, when we activate the exchange command, the first motor is then handed over to the mains power supply, and the drive system proceeds to start the second motor. Let me briefly mention that the exchange feature can be activated both manually and automatically. However, in this case, we are using the manual mode. To start two electric motors in exchange mode, we need 3 contactors in the system. The first contactor starts the first motor together with the drive. The second contactor switches the first motor over to the mains power supply, and then the third contactor starts the second motor with the drive again. Now, to activate the exchange mode on the AJ solder drive, you need to select one of the parameters from the input parameter set, specifically parameters 65 to 71, which correspond to our digital inputs P1 to P7, and set it to exchange mode. Here, I set parameter 69, which is P5, to exchange mode. In the next step, I go into the output parameter set. And from parameters 31 to 35, which are the 5 output relays of the AJ solder drive, I select 2 of them. Here, I choose A2 and A3. I set A2 to inverter line mode and connect it to the command of my first contactor, and I set A3 to COM line mode and connect it to the command of my second contactor. Now, if I issue the run command, the first motor will start with the drive and reach its nominal speed. As soon as I activate the exchange command using this push button, the first motor will be switched to mains power, and the second motor will be started again with the drive. In the same way, we can also start the subsequent motors.